So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment.
Okay, try to talk to you later. I got somebody else on the phone. Okay. Yeah, Martha. What's your favorite scary movie? And I'm gonna do a review right now. I'm not gonna talk to you right now, okay? I said, what's your favorite scary movie? Yeah, you have to watch the review to find that out. I'm sorry, okay? And I'm gonna have to cut you like a fish then. Your voice sucks, okay? Go and talk to the real Robert L. Jackson, okay? But I'm doing the best I can. Tell me what's your favorite scary movie. I don't even watch scary movies. Have you watched my reviews? You're not fun, I guess. I'm not gonna have to gut you like a fish. Okay, because they're good. I don't have a costume. She was not fun. Gonna have to gut her like a fish, I guess. Hi, everybody. Martha here. Hope you enjoyed that. A little bit. I had to record this before because my camera is dead right now, so hopefully I can remember to do that. But this is for Game 6. I have done the first one and the last one. Um, I can still do 2 and 3 and 4. I've seen all 3. I've seen those 3. I know how to find 4. 2 and 3 are harder to find. Let me know when you want me to do them, otherwise I'm going to save them for Halloween. For me to do, eventually, down the line. Once I get a Halloween, that's okay, because this Halloween, I think I already have, Five Nights at Freddy's planned, and another movie I didn't do last year. But anyway, let's get on with this one. What did I think about this one? Man, that opening was, different. Like, we knew that that girl was gonna die in the bar. Not the way they usually start it. Like, the only time it was different was, when they were in the movie theater for the second one. All the other times were in a house. It's been a while since I've seen 3. 3 started at like a hotel, and they coast, okay. Um, Copper, the guy, I think was in a hotel room. But 3 of them, first one, the 4th one, and the 5th one was done in a house. Of the openings. This one was, so technically 2 of them, 3 of them have not been. They were not inside of a house. Okay. I had to remember because there's been a while since I watched some of the other ones because, as you know, I'm not that big on horror movies, so I have to remind myself. So I need to rewatch some of these. Let me know if you want me to review any of the other 3 or 4 Halloween. There's other Halloween movies out, other things, other horror movies related. But let's get started with the. So, you have now at rambled on a little bit. You can leave now if you want to. You don't want the movie spoiled. Because there probably are some people who have not seen the movie out there. See this movie out there, so there's your spoiler warning. Here for people who don't even read the title of the video. Okay. So the teacher dies at the beginning. And it's not really clear if the person that she's talking to is the person that's trying to kill her, who ends up killing her, or if that person died. But we just know that it's the same exact guy from who played Flash Thomas from the Spider-Man sequels. And the fact that he takes off his mask right at the beginning, I mean, I was kind of mad. Like, I don't know, because this never has happened before. I mean, I'm happy he got killed right away, and so did his partner. Greg, I think it was. So, and the way they were going about this is every time somebody dies, they leave blood of the past, to the past killers. Their DNA. And they had, in one sense, they had like Ricky's phone number during the whole time they were talking to Sam and her sister. I always think of, I don't remember what her sister name is. I know her more for Wednesday. I'm gonna get the characters' names on here. Tara. And so they moved in with their new roommate, who was sleeping around and gets I think, let's see, 2 people maybe died at the beginning. It's really unclear. No, 3. 3. Then the guy in the middle of the gas station, and then there was the guy who owned the Circle K, whatever. And then she's the one that gets attacked. Right when they're all like cheering, like original 4. After Mindy tells the rules this time around. And I don't know how the hell did those 2 survive still. I thought Mindy and Chad would definitely get killed during this one, but they survived. Gail survived. How? Because they made sure at the end of the movie that she survived. They made sure to remember to say she's safe. If you're wondering why Sandy's not in this one, it's because her actress didn't get paid enough to be in here. So, that's the only reason why she was not in it. Okay, so, both Samantha and, Tara are trying to get away from the life. Sam's more objective about it, seeing a counselor who gets killed. A lot of people died in this one, so it's hard to keep track of who numbers. And I like the fact that when one of the costumes you see in this movie is Mojo Jojo. Like you didn't notice, Mojo Jojo is voiced by the same guy who does the Scream voice. I have a hard time doing his voice. I've been trying to practice it. I'm trying to mix, because I usually try to, when I think of this one, I use my witch voice, but this is the best I could do. What's your favorite scary movie? Yeah, baby. Like, I cannot do. It's like only one I can think of when doing it. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually do the opening, because right now my camera's dead. But I did like this movie. Was fine. It was just really weird watching a movie without Sydney. That's a Scream movie. like they should know to give him more pay. It's happy they didn't kill Gale, even though I don't like Gale that much. Thank you. Like this scene where they kill her camera guy or whatever that guy was, her boyfriend. And they went after her and she gets stabbed like how many times? 3? And she did have a gun, but a gun that you don't hear shoot. But and they do reference the fact that those two never talked on the phone, which is weird. But they never have. Gale's never had to talk to them on the phone. Have you noticed that? Oh yeah, she hasn't. Weird. But she survives this. So this attack, but the attack was great. The attack in the Circle K was great. I think all the kills were great. The thing is that you did not expect the ones that were like they were pointing at who's the killers to be the killers, but like the guy who one of the killers was, why didn't he allow Mindy to get away with it? Get away from it. I guess it wasn't him that killed her. It was his sister. It was his sister. The one that was we thought was dead. The girl, their roommate, and they made it look really good. Made it look like she was actually dead. But the dad, who is the cop, is the one who is like who didn't kill any of them. Just like Richie didn't really kill any of them really in the last one. Like probably the only one he really tried to kill was Tara, but he did leave a lot of it to Amber. So like as far as we know, he didn't kill any of them. And this is the first time there actually was 3 of them. I noticed. And they brought back Kirby. I don't understand much why they brought her back, because everybody was wondering why, how is she still alive in the 4th movie? Because the way she died was really, she might have died was weird, but it was off kind of screen. But and they were trying to frame it to be her instead, because at the very end of the movie they have them. We locked them to a place where all the like memorial to all the killers were at, and they have all the costumes and stuff like that, and the masks are gone because they had to leave the masks somewhere of the other ones. I just don't know how they even got those things. They say they paid off the cops and stuff like that, but like that would be nice to like show. If I was making this movie, I would make sure like to show each cop getting paid, not and like show the and get the money paid. That way you know how it happens. 'Cause I hate hearing things like secondhanded said to you, and a lot of this movie is secondhanded. Like the kills are fine, they're awesome. I'm happy that we finally get to have like some of a city thing. We really had not really had a city thing really in this movie. In these movies, like we had like a college scene, but that mostly just did stay in the college. And the 3rd one, that was on movie set. The 4th one was back in the town, and the 5th one was also kind of still back at the Woodsboro thing. So this is technically the first time it was in the city, and I love that they kind of used it to their advantagement. And the same exact rules were the same exact last time, kind of. That like legacies weren't exactly safe there too. The sad thing is that none of the 3 were together in the last one ever, and now they're definitely not together in this one, because the only one that's left from the first 4 movie was Gale. And Dewey, he's dead already, and Sandy's not allowed to be here. Is not able to be here because she's not getting paid enough. But yeah, and so what did I think about this movie? I don't remember like most of it. I loved a lot of it. It was great. A lot of the kills was like it threw me off. I didn't think their friend that was left over would be way too easy. And everybody we talked about, I thought Stu was gonna be one of the ones. Was gonna be it, but I still wouldn't think it would make sense because his way he died was not possible to survive. You don't survive a TV game thrown. In fact, they kind of reference this in this one, and they reference the fact that is he even dead? But yeah, I don't. That would be weird to do a movie where he is the killer without Sydney. But I'm happy they finally let her have some peace all the time. I um. If I had to say which one's like the worst kill, and then this would probably be I liked the most, but I think the one I hated the most was the first kill in the Circle K. The Circle K scene was great. It kind of reminded me of the Hunter thing with like after they killed the two people that died in that area. Kind of reminded me of the Raptor scene, where the Raptors were chasing those two kids in the first Jurassic Park movie. That part was pretty cool. So, did I like this one more and better than the last one? I don't think so. This one was okay, but I don't think I like this one more than that one. Probably gonna give this one like a 6 out of 10. Because it was too... a lot of the kills didn't make sense. Like, how did Chad survive that many stabs? At least when Dewey survived his stabs, it's just in the back. Like, he got stabbed in the stomach and stuff like that. Like, Dewey never got stabbed in the stomach. And Gale's made even less sense. A lot of the people who survived during this did not make sense. I'm not really counting the killers, because the killers are supposed to be the way they are. But yeah, I think all the actors in this did a great job. I'm not really blaming them, just the way that they did the kills. So remember, you want to know what my favorite scary movie is? It's the first one. Probably always will be the first one. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'm going to see if my camera's charged. If I want to do anything beforehand. If it's not, then I won't. If it is, then I will. I don't wonder how I'm going to... So, yeah. So, there's your answer. Like, favorite, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know. And... bye-bye. And... be very afraid.